good.
Coach, when you look at this Blazers team, we always start with Dame, but what do you see out of Anthony Simons? What does he bring and that backcourt together as a duo?
Yeah, Simons is, we've watched his career, I feel like, just kind of blossom. Watch him come in as a young guy, and he's gotten better and better, obviously being under Lillard and CJ for a while. And now he's kind of assuming that role of the next man next to Lillard, and he's playing well. He's shooting the ball. He can get to the basket. He's big, and that backcourt together, they present a challenge to most teams. And so it's the same thing with a lot of these teams. You got to make it tough on them. Try to take the ball out of their hands as much as you can.
On that note, ball security.
Yeah.
For the Pelicans, does that come down to a mindset? Does it come down to better physical discipline versus mental discipline?
It's discipline across the board. When we did it last game, it looked great. When we didn't, it did not look well for us, and that's what I told our team. It's not all bad. There's a ton of good in what we're doing, but when your margin for error is small, you have to take care of the basketball offensively. And we have games that we do it, we have games that we don't, and we have to be more consistent doing it.
And can you fill us in any more on B.I.'s ankle, how it's doing? He was out there for pregame warm-ups yesterday, obviously putting some weight on it. Where's he at with it?
He worked out again today, but still feeling a bit of soreness in it, so he'll be out tonight.
To follow up on Jen's first question, Simons and Lillard get up about 23s. I mean, what do you just think about the sheer volume from those two from three-point range?
Well, they shoot the three ball well, and it's something that they pride themselves on. And so, you want to try to make their three-point shots tough, mix up your coverages on both of those guys. Try not to let the other guys beat you with offensive rebound and easy baskets. And then Lillard, he does a great job as well of getting to the free throw line. So it's a big part of what they do as a team is those two guys, they make sure they get up 8 to 10 threes apiece.
Larry was upgraded to questionable. Is there any update you can give right now?
He'll go out and warm up, and once he finishes and see how he feels, we'll have an update for you guys.
Yeah, just to take a big picture view, when you just look at the number of injuries you guys have dealt with this year, and especially during the most important games of the season, does that make you kind of take a step back and say maybe we need to reassess some things, maybe we need to try something different, or do you just kind of just chalk it up to tough luck? There's not much you can do about it.
It's a great question. Injuries are a part of the game. They happen. They happen to all teams in the NBA, including us. I've said it before. We don't like it. We don't like it for our guys that have to go through it. But it does present an opportunity. And, I can sit up here and talk about the injuries all day long. It's not going to do anything for us. We want our guys back. We want them healthy. They for the most part, they work to get to that point. But it presents an opportunity for the rest of the guys. And that's how we have to view it, is opportunity versus obstacles. The guys that are getting the opportunity to play on the floor, they got to take advantage of it, because when we're healthy, when we're whole, these opportunities won't be here. Not as much as they are right now. It sucks, but it's a part of the league.
And just for you personally, when you took the job 2 years ago, you came in expecting to coach the team, and you really haven't had a chance to coach that team, right? Just how frustrating has that been for you personally, that you just really haven't had the chance to see what you have here?
Obviously, there's definitely frustrations when you go through injuries as an organization, but it's not just me. It's everyone involved. There's a time where you get frustrated because you know how good you can be when you're whole. And, whatever we're going through right now, it's a part of our journey. It's what we have to go through. It's going to make us better. I firmly believe it. Adversity builds character. And for our guys that's injured, for the guys that's playing, for the coaching staff, training staff, management, everybody, it's meant to make you better. And so we'll learn from it. We'll continue to grow. But right now, the focus has to be on, getting our guys prepared to go out and play Portland.
Coach, to kind of tie this all together, going against Chauncey tonight, you come up as a player under player coaches Benny, Cheeks, then Steve, Kerr, and do you get a new appreciation for what those coaches you come up under as a player, how they were trying to transition early in their career as well? Do you have any anecdotes that maybe you shared to try and change up the message but still stay consistent with what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I take a lot from a ton of different players and coaches. I've been blessed to have been coached by some really good high character guys, Doc, Monty, learn from Steve and Golden State. My college coach was awesome. And I can go down the list of a number of guys. Chauncey and I were teammates, so to see him get an opportunity to coach is fantastic. And, the biggest thing with all of those guys is that they're pretty consistent. They come in every day with the message of getting better and improving, talking about what you do well and improving on some of the things that you can. And, it's consistent that their teams play hard, that they compete, that they play together. And that's what we're about here.
And to that point, last night, rewatching the game, watching the broadcast, AD was kind of yelling at one point, the team walking up the court, you were animated and frustrated. Is there anything you could do like those more established coaches, the Steve Kerr, the Pop, to maybe get your team's attention in the game?
Well, what hurts us is that when we turn the ball over, it can be demoralizing. And so a lot of the times you see that because we've made some mistakes and we have to just be a next play team when we do that. We got to cut down on the mistakes, obviously, but when we do, we can't allow it to seep into the next play. And sometimes, especially younger teams, that can happen, and we have to be more aware of it. All right, thank you guys.